Thank you. Welcome to TNT. And the Junkyard Dog was back in the green room doing grab them cakes, and he is hot. I'll tell you right now, he's ready. Speaking of ready, I think we hear a coughed over behind curtain number 1. Would you welcome our first guest, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, and Terry Funk. It's what?
It's such a pleasure being here.
Well, isn't that nice?
With footage from the Double Cross Ranch.
You brought, yes, as a matter of fact, we do have footage here from the Double Cross Ranch. That's a little farm down in North Carolina, isn't it?
No.
How many,
Comedian.
How many acres do you have down there in
How many acres do
Amarillo,
I have?
wasn't it?
More than you could afford.
There's no doubt about that.
Do you know, I've got important neighbors around here. I know that you always name drop and this stuff. You know, who's my neighbor down there? He's got a big mansion right next to me.
Tell him, baby.
Who do you think it is?
I don't know. Alfred, do you have a mansion?
Amarillo Slim is my neighbor.
That's right. Who's he?
Amarillo Slim taught me how to gamble.
Amarillo Slim.
I can shuffle cards just like Amarillo Slim, as if they had silk panties on each one.
Adrian is no. We'll take you now to. I'm sorry.
Adrian.
No, I didn't mean.
Remark. I'm telling you, Terry. I'm telling you.
We do have this bit of Texas footage, and you're out rustling or something. I understand.
No, we're just branding cattle at night.
Okay. Let's go to the videotape. Here we go.
You know, I've never branded a calf before. You sure this thing won't bite? And how come we're doing this thing at night? Is what I want to know.
Jimmy, I always brand my special cattle at night with the Double Cross brand. You know, by morning we're going to have... Hang on, Jimmy. By morning we're going to have more cattle than what you can imagine.
Funk, found out this isn't your calf.
This is my calf.
No, it's not. Turn him over. There's a mark on the other side.
Now, wait a minute. This is my calf. Hey, it's on the Double Cross property.
I don't care. I've had all this I'm going to take. I'm quitting, and I'm taking the men with me.
You can't quit me.
Watch me.
You can't quit me.
I'm quitting.
I'm telling you,
He can't quit.
he can't quit me.
You can't quit him.
I'm quitting. I'm quitting.
You're
He
fired.
can't quit you.
He's fired.
Fire him.
You're fired.
We don't need him.
You're fired, Shy.
We
You're
don't need
fired.
him.
Get out of
Find out.
here. You don't
We
ever
don't
come
need you.
back. Don't ever. He better not ever step his feet on a Double Cross land.
Yeah, you're fired, man. Good, Terry. We don't need nobody, baby.
Nobody. Here we go, Jimmy. Right with a Double Cross brand. Jimmy, get on that cap.
I can't hold him.
Get
I
on
can't
top
hold
of
him.
me. Hey, get on top of that
hold
cap.
Hey, I can't hold him. I can't hold him.
Jimmy, you're always complaining about everything.
I'm starving to death. I'm hungry. There's got to be a Wendy's and McDonald's around here somewhere, Terry.
Wendy's and McDonald's. Is that all
I'm
that
freezing to death.
You're freezing to death. Now, you know,
I'm
you were
hungry.
trying to tell me that there's gold here,
Listen, I bought them out when I got from the airport, and they said there's gold in this river.
gold in this river. You bought it at the Amarillo airport. Well, that's ridiculous. You sound like that jackass, a Junkyard Dog.
Oh, I never sound like the Junkyard Dog.
Why don't you try
Junkyard
singing?
Dog.
Try singing.
All right, eat your heart out, Rick Springfield.
No,
What do you
please,
want me to
no,
sing?
please,
Let me
no. Well, get off the horse.
I can't get off. You have to help me
Get
off.
off that horse.
Wait a minute, I'm hooked up. Hold it. My foot's
hooked
caught,
up.
Terry. My foot. My hat, my foot.
Your hat. Get up here. Now go get some firewood, would you
Well,
please?
where am I going to get it at?
Where are you going to get it? Look at
You
those
said there's
trees up
snakes
there.
over there. You said there's snakes.
Try that side.
Okay, well, come looking for me. I ain't back in a few minutes. Terry, look! Go! Go, Terry, look! Go, baby, look! Go, look at this! Look! Look, gold! I found it! I told you it was in the river! I told you!
There's no gold in the river.
Look at
Jim.
this! What do you think that is?
That's fool's gold.
Fool's gold.
You don't find fool's gold. Nothing but fools. You know what that means? It means
No,
you're-
don't say it, because you told me so. That's all I hear is you told me so.
You see what I got right here?
Oh,
Look at that. Take a look at that. Moo.
Terry, wait a minute, Terry. That didn't come from that over there, though, did it? Tell me it didn't. Tell me that didn't come from that, did it?
Jimmy, you've got to get your meat somewhere.
I've just lost my. I feel sick at my stomach.
Well,
I don't think I'm hungry.
You want to eat something? Well, then you eat beans.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and I'll eat the steak.
Okay.
Because I am a steak eater. You know what this is? Texas bred and Texas fed.
Shut up
You
right
see
there.
how we handle squealers?
That's right. I wish you could whip
You see
over.
how we handle squealers?
That was an
in
amazing
Texas?
piece of footage. I think one of the most amazing things about that piece of footage was seeing Jimmy Hart riding a horse.
Hey, look at my new cowboy boots. Look at my boots.
How long did it take you to teach him to ride?
How long? No time at all. It took no time at all.
Just like that, baby.
Natural.
Just like that.
The thing that I think the most amazing thing was that he wasn't riding side saddle. That was it.
Oh, cute, real cute. Oh, shut up. You loved that, didn't you? You liked that, didn't you? Listen, see, there's got to be Junkyard Dog fans out there just like he is. Look at my new boots that Terry bought me. How do you like that, huh? Don't you wish you had a pair like this? Look at this,
I
baby.
paid big money for
this,
those
Daddy.
boots right there. Big
this,
money.
boy.
Did you see how we handled squealers? Did you see how we handled the squealers?
Well, we're going to return with more McFunk. All right, back with more TNT. Thank you. And we have some other footage we're going to show in a few minutes, and it involves apparently your brother.
That is exactly right. Tell him, Jimmy. You tell him.
Let me just say this. We told the whole wrestling world after what happened to Jimmy
That's
Hart.
rustling?
That's right. Yeah. What? Tell him. You tell him.
No, you tell him.
All right, I'm going
You
to tell him now. We had a big surprise for you-know-who, and we've been telling everybody that we've had a big surprise for the one and only Junkyard Dog.
We realize
That's
that
right.
the Junkyard Dog has been interfering in matches
That's
on
right.
national television. I would now have a Terry Funk doll out. Every kid in the country would be wearing a cowboy hat. They'd have little branding irons, branding their little dogs and cats, their ignorant brothers and sisters, if I would have won the World's Heavyweight Championship. But no, the Junkyard Dog interfered, so I wrestled him. And what did he do? He tried to interfere again. Well, we had a surprise for him in case he tried something, and he did.
Right.
And who was out there? My brother. My brother was out there, and he loves me. He loves me. I might be bigger than another person, but I may not be that tall, but he loves me.
Good. Let's take a look now at the footage in question. Let's go to the tape.
Outside the ring, represented by his manager, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, from the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, weighing 260 pounds, Terry Funk. And his opponent, from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 280 pounds, the Junkyard Dog.
Yes, sir. The Junkyard Dog. Oh, no. Caught him just coming through the ropes. Sends him right out. Funk right on top of the Junkyard Dog out there with him now. Dog with a right hand. Funk backing off now. Referee counting him. Terry Funk trying to get back in the ring. Junkyard Dog maybe no, just back in the nick of time. Terry Funk starting the match, catching the Junkyard Dog off guard. Reversal now. It's Funk to the rope coming off. Big body drop. Funk up in the air. Body slam by the Dog. Look at him. Oh, headbutt. Another one. The Junkyard Dog headbutting Terry Funk all the way to the outside of the ring. And Jimmy Hart right there. Trying to get him back up on his feet. Those headbutts certainly takes its toll.
Well, you know, Terry Funk tried to take the jump on Junkyard Dog, and he did. He was doing a pretty good number on him. He threw him outside the ring. But Junkyard Dog is tough. He came out after him, and he's been in control ever since. And those headbutts were devastating, and it really got Terry Funk dazed up here.
Yes, well, you can bet Terry Funk will be... Oh, what's this now? He wants to box a little bit. Look at that right hand. The Dog connecting. And as we saw earlier, the poster, beware the Dog. Oh, no, look at this. Funk still on his feet, not for long. to the other buckle. Oh, the dog rams him right in. Oh. Look at this. Look at Funk. And the dog drives him in again. There's not going to be anything left of Funk. Oh, wait a minute. Jimmy Hart hanging on. Look at this. Jimmy Hart just grabbed the ankle to the Junkyard Dog.
Well, he's desperate. He knows his man is in trouble. Uh-oh. Here goes the Junkyard Dog after him.
Jimmy Hart is running for his life. Into the ring. To the far side. Oh, down to the concrete. Oh, but back into the ring now. Look at this. Slingshot. The dog. 1, 2. Oh, so close. Ooh.
Can't get much closer.
Headbutt by the Junkyard Dog. Funk locked in the rope. Oh, look at that. Jimmy Hart with the branding iron caught. Sends him round and round. Hart to the corner. Jimmy Hart on the outside. There's that branding iron. And it looks like Terry Funk's going to be branded. Wait a minute. What? Oh, no. That's Dory Funk. Isn't that?
That is Dory Funk. That is Terry Funk's brother. For goodness sakes, where did he come from? That is definitely Dory Funk, Terry Funk's brother.
Dory Funk coming out of nowhere, took his boot off. Look at this. Come on, get some water in there.
Look at this. They're really doing a number of the Junkyard
What's
Dog.
Jimmy Hart going to do? Look, Jimmy Hart jumped right up on him. Look at Jimmy Hart. Look at that. Jimmy Hart just pounding away on the Junkyard Dog. The Funk brothers holding Jimmy. Look at this. Help finally coming. Terry Funk and Dory Funk. And there, Jimmy Hart. Look at that embrace with those three.
That was great, baby. That was great. That was our surprise. That was our surprise, man.
Let me explain something to the people out there like I tried to explain before. Beautiful. Is my brother came up here as he was not going to interfere. He was on the outside of the ring. That's right. And he had me by the hair, running my head here in the turnbuckle. He took the branding iron away from Jimmy Hart. He tried to attempt to brand me with it. Now, what do you expect?
How do you explain?
The fact
that your brother
in the WWF? Do you call that
your brother is just as much of a cowboy as you? Why was he in a business suit?
Why was he in a business suit? Because I felt like he should be here.
In disguise.
He should be here.
That's right.
We thank you for joining us. We'll be back with more TNT. Stay with us. Guys in the band want to try that again? Back to the garage. All right. Our next guest is a cousin of certainly one of the greats in the past in the WWF, Superfly Snuka. This gentleman also hails from the Fiji Islands and much in the same footsteps, I think, of Superfly. Would you please welcome CV Afi, Superfly Afi.
dance for a moment.
Oh, I was going
Adonis? What?
No, I thought he was going to dance for a
Oh, I
moment.
was going to.
Give us
You guys have any dancing music out there? We can see whether or not. Can you guys? Do you have any rhythm in the band or anything?
Right.
What can you do with that? Right. All right.
Fantastic.
We have an interesting piece of footage, I believe, marking your debut in Madison Square Garden just recently. And I must say that 20-some-odd thousand fans were quite pleased to see you. And I think the entrance was a little bit different than the normal entrance we see, and certainly in terms of Lord Alfred Hayes when he would enter the ring. But let's take you down to Madison Square Garden, and we will see this young man making his entrance into the ring.
Here in the World Wrestling Federation, Superfly off from the Fiji Islands, and look at the fire going in here.
Well, I'll tell you, obviously, relation to the Superfly snooker, no doubt.
Oh, possibility from the Fiji Islands to the South Pacific.
This is all fine and dandy, you run up a kitty wrestle.
I don't know, Jess. I've never seen him. This is his debut here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Oh, what is this?
Put it right in his mouth.
Alfred, when was the last time you saw someone enter the ring that way?
God, absolutely never.
Back in 1918, wasn't it? You were in the main event, if you recall. No, I guess not.
No, 1980. No, I wasn't there.
Did you
Wasn't
hurt
that impressive,
you hurt your arm there, Alfred? Last week we asked you.
Yeah.
How's it coming along?
It's better now since you asked how I injured it.
Yes, I did.
I was
Are you
arm
going to tell us
wrestling.
this? What?
I was arm wrestling my girlfriend.
Arm wrestling your girlfriend. All right. We're going to look forward to your wrestling skill, and certainly your style is a little bit different than that of the normal wrestler. And how well have you been received thus far here in the WWF?
Well, this is an honor for me to be in the WWF because I know this is the best in the world nowadays, is the WWF wrestling.
Would you like to say anything in your native language to some of those back on the islands?
Yeah, I would like to say aloha and talofa. Yeah, manui al po.
All right. And that translated meant that Alfred Hayes really isn't as ugly in person as he looked. We look forward to following your career. We thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for more TNT. We'll be back with Boxing Bob Orton. Stay tuned. Okay. Talking with Alfred Hayes here, and we're going to show you a most unusual piece of footage here in a minute. We were just talking about if Alfred could recall, other than Primo Carnera, who at one time was heavyweight boxing champion and then became, I believe, heavyweight wrestling champion.
Would you believe I actually wrestled him?
Oh, definitely. Definitely would believe that.
That was in London.
And that was how many years ago, Alfred?
19...
Before television, in any event. Before television. And But nonetheless, it leads us into this piece of footage that we're going to take a look at, and it's no longer Cowboy Bob Orton. His name is Boxing Bob Orton. And as we will see in Piper's Pit, just when you think you have all of the answers, Piper's will change the questions on you.
He certainly will.
So let's take you now to Piper's Pit, and after which we'll go right into a match, a boxing match.
We got us another fella who wants to become a star and wants to do a little with Boxing Bob here. His name is Jose Luis Rivera, and I'd like to bring him out now. I'd like to, if you wouldn't mind sitting down just for a second. I know you probably want to take the, he ain't gonna do nothing to you yet. I know you probably want to take the weight off your legs, save all the energy you can. You know, we have a couple club fighters, and all of a sudden I've seen you, and you know, I've seen you wrestle, and I think your wrestling's kind of, I've never seen you box, mind you. I've never seen you box. What makes you think that you're gonna stand a chance against Boxing Bob?
I think I could take Bob Orton anytime.
Wait, let me get this straight. You think you can take Bob Orton anytime? What makes you think, where do you come from?
You know, I come from Puerto Rico, you know that.
Is that part of America?
It is part of America.
Yes, and for some reason, you figure that do you think you're gonna make a reputation for yourself? Is that what you think?
You're gonna watch and see.
Well, I'm gonna watch and see. You see, what you realize now that you are gonna have to, right from here, go inside the ring and fight right now. You realize you got no more time to train, huh?
I know, and you're gonna see inside that square circle what you men can do with me in there.
Now I know why Roberto Duran lost. Yes, why, okay, I'm going to see inside this circle what my man can do in there. I like right now to wish you all kind of the luck, because, brother, you're going to need it. You just slip on down there, and we see you in the ring, and I hope you do a lot better than the other person.
I'll be there, go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Lady first anyway.
It's okay, it's okay. That's okay. We'll see you there.
All right. Now, earlier there had been an edict by the WWF President Jack Tunney that no longer can Bob Orton, or for that matter anyone, wear a cast into the ring. And then comes a little different situation where an invitation is issued to any individual who will now step into the ring and box Bob Orton. So, I mean, apparently it's open to any individual who's ever had the tights on as a pro wrestler. And, of course, Rivera was right there to jump on it, and I'm sure there are going to be many behind Rivera. Let's take you now to the actual match.
Boxing Bob Orton there, along with his manager, Roddy Piper, and we're going to find out just how good Boxing Bob Orton really is. Jose Luis Rivera accepting the challenge of last week and looking forward to mixing it up with Boxing Bob. Now, Rivera's had some experience in the ring.
I know he has, but I don't know if Orton's ever, you know, I know Orton's wrestling background as an amateur, and of course he's a pro. But in boxing, well, no, look at that. He just threw a couple of right jabs.
Nice.
Looked pretty impressive.
Sure, nice little hook there. Series of jabs on the part of Orton, who has the longer arms. Rivera's going to have to get down below. Look at that. Boxing, nice maneuver by Orton. Look at it connecting. Lefts and rights. Look at this. All right, come on. Referee in there up against the rope now. Nice right hand by Bob Orton. He's really taking it to him. Rivera coming right back. Bob Orton, yes. Oh, yeah. They're slugging it out here. Oh, right hand. Staggers him. Oh, caught him with the left. Look at that. Hammering away. Bob Orton. You can hear that leather smashing in there. All right, come on, referee. Get between them. All right, back him up. Holding on. You saw him. Bruno, he's holding on behind that neck.
That's illegal, of course. We know that, but that's Bob Orton. But right now, Rivera's coming on. Whoa, beautiful right by Rivera.
Rivera, yeah. Rivera coming on. Rivera targeting. Rivera, yes. Oh, right hand. Shook him again. Rivera with another right hand. Got it. Rivera took another right hand.
I don't think so. I think he's out. He got caught with a devastating blow. Rivera's out.
All right, so the boxing Bob Orton, and I'm sure the challenge continues, and there are going to be any number of individuals that want to prove their boxing skills as compared to those of Cowboy Bob Orton. Play us out of here, guys, and we'll be right back with Bobby the Brain Heenan. Welcome back to more TNT. In just a moment, we're going to be joined by a most peculiar individual who's been likened to an animal of sorts.
Very funny, McMahon.
Would you please welcome Bobby the Brain Heenan?
I even wore a TNT jacket to show you goodwill.
Goodwill?
And, yes, I walk out here and these humanoids out here start chanting, and you say I'm peculiar, and you say I'm part animal.
No, it's just that, you know, what was that?
I don't want to see that while I'm talking to you.
The Junkyard Dog doll? What's wrong
Where
with
it
that?
belongs. I'm flat on his back on the floor.
I don't see a Bobby Heenan doll.
No, and you probably won't either.
You're probably. How about this one? That's.
Isn't that something? This is going to be, along with John Studd, the hottest selling item in the world today.
That doll, is it?
Right, next to your hot rod car. This is going to be the hottest selling item in the world today. You'd like to have one, wouldn't you?
I don't think so, no. I don't play with dolls any longer.
Caught you in the cash register again, huh?
Sure.
That doll's older than most dolls you play with.
Yeah, in any event, we're going to take you now to some footage, and I'm sure that Mr. Heenan, knowing your personality, you're very, very proud of. It's actually a replay, I believe, of a match that involved King Kong Bundy. Let's take you now to that piece of videotape footage. Here we go.
All right, we can take a look at the aftermath of what we saw earlier on, Bruno, with that King Kong Bundy, with that devastating splash. He'd call it an avalanche. I think he calls it an avalanche. That's exactly what it is.
Well, but you know, when he does an avalanche, he on his own power, he really flies across that ring and throws all that weight against an opponent. But in this case, it was a little even more devastating because John Studd actually got behind Bundy and gave him that extra push.
Well, let's take another look at it now. All right, here you go. Set it up, Bruno.
Look at this. Here he is. Here's Studd pushing Bundy, giving more drive to come in against the opponent. And my goodness, you know, we see Bundy by himself with his own weight to totally annihilate an opponent. And now with Studd behind him, well, there it is. There's the result. There's a stretcher carrying Boland right out of that ring.
All right, maybe we still have what we saw earlier. We're about ready to show you the rest of that replay. He just came off those ropes. There it is, man.
And after all that, what we saw a second ago, look at this. Here comes that big splash by Bundy, 458 pounds, coming full force right on top of Bowling. It's just you know, I would be amazed if this fella doesn't have cracked ribs or chest cavity or something.
Bundy is nothing short of awesome.
Hey, this guy's got a hard enough time interviewing me without your help. Just keep it down, will you? Go ahead. Could I see that again? Could you run that again?
No, I think once was enough on that.
It's like Jello. There's always room for more. Run it again.
I wonder if you would. Do you ever often fantasize?
Oh yeah.
Well, about Elizabeth. Yes, everyone has. No, did you ever think that in your wildest imagination, when Bundy comes off the rope and he comes crashing down, that underneath him could perhaps be the World Wrestling Federation champion?
Let's get a shot of that here.
Huh?
Okay.
All right.
Come on, you get paid to do it. Do it.
All right.
Getting better too.
Yes, but I think that would probably only happen, you know, with playing with the dolls. Don't you think?
No, I don't. And then this thing here.
And then what happens?
Well, the belt comes off.
No, it'll never go around Bundy's waist. I know that.
Hey, there's a lot of cows in Texas. You can always make more leather. You can always get a lot more leather. Now there. Now, don't you think that looks good? I'll get a shot of that.
Let me see. on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely is that to happen, do you think?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a lot more likely to happen than Hogan putting his name in a contract and getting in the ring with Bundy or Stud. See, because Hogan he'd rather be in the Pasadena Rose Bowl parade. He'd rather stand out front of a supermarket and sign autographs for kids. He'd rather go visit an old age home than get in the ring with anybody in my family. Because he knows what would happen. The gold would belong to me.
All right. Mr. Heenan, we thank you very much for joining us.
How are things on the Hollywood Squares this week?
We'll be back with the Junkyard Dog. All right, thank you, and welcome back to more TNT. And we have a little surprise here, courtesy of Steve Taylor. And this was shot on the last World Wrestling Federation tour in Australia. And TNT's real big in Australia, as you can see here. That's, in case you don't know, Arnold Skolin, also known as the Golden Boy, years ago, a little tarnished now. And you can see the TNT waist, and coming out of the trash can is the one and the only, indeed, our next guest, the Junkyard Dog! Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, baby, another one bites the dust.
Mm-hmm. And last chance, we said before, on the Slammies, best single vocal performer. You're right there, so we're told, right there all the way to the end with your tune.
Oh, man, I'm so happy, man. You know, I've been practicing a little bit more in case I get some more offers to sing something else.
Yeah, I was up there. Last we saw you here on TNT, we had the footage from American Bandstand, Dick Clark, American Bandstand.
Yeah, I was very pleased with the whole situation I have out there, and I have to give thanks to the man above and my daughter and all the fans for they pulling their prestige and they helping me out and everything. So we one hand wash each other.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, right now, we're going to take you to some videotape footage, tag match, you and Danny Spivey together, after which we're going to comment on the footage that we saw earlier. Right now, this one.
Spivey tags out to the Junkyard Dog, and the dog knows how to take care of business in there.
Oh, he sure does. The dub takes a 280-some-odd pounds of his, and he really knows how to utilize it. And right now, he's got Steve Lombardi in some excruciating pain with that armbar.
By the way, to join us later on, Ground Championship Wrestling, the magnificent Morocco, along with the Hart Foundation. But right now, the dog is in a little bit of trouble over there on the far side. Lombardi double teaming the Junkyard Dog, along with Carvello. The tag is made now for Gino Carvello. Wide open, the Junkyard Dog.
The fans are hollering JYD, and he responds to their call. And look at him.
Hit by the dog. Carvello down to the canvas again. Carvello set up by the dog. Here he comes. Whoa! Ah.
Did you hear that smashing of the flesh as he whipped that big arm across Carabello's upper chest?
All right. Little footage there on the dog. Earlier on, we had, I don't know if you were in the green room, saw it on the monitor or not, but we had some footage with the Funk Brothers who...
Not only did I see it, I still feel a little bit of aching pains while I got kicked beside the head, even though that Jimmy Hart was on me like a flea hanging on a dog, scratching and gouging. And see, that's something I never forget. Like I always tell you, it's their world. I'm just living in it. It's their thing. They do what they want to do. But it's just a different situation now, see.
Well, now, surely that you really thought that you had the branding iron in your hand. Funk is locked up into the ropes. Jimmy Hart is on the outside, and after you got rid of him, and it seemed to me that it was a perfect opportunity for you, and before Dory Funk, who was dressed as a businessman.
That's the thing I didn't understand. I don't understand why Dory was in it, which I don't know Dory personally in no way, but I didn't understand. I didn't know who the devil was in the ring from the get-go. You know, a lot of times people jump in and out of the ring. Right. All I know, I got whacked side the head, see.
Dog, All we'd like to say is like to wish you the best of luck in your future matches in the World Wrestling Federation. Keep on trucking.
Well, I got to, baby.
And also, good luck on the Slammies.
Thank you.
Back with more TNT next week. We have Hulk Hogan.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something, baby. I want to tell you right now. I want you to vote for me. I want everybody to vote for Jimmy Hart, baby. You know it. I know it, and you people out there know it. I want you to know that. I wish I could tear this thing up. I wish I could tear it up. I can't stand it. Vote for me on the Slammies, baby. Vote for me. You gotta vote for me too. You gotta vote for me too. I'm telling you right now.
All right.
The Slammies, baby.
Thank you. All right, before we so rudely interrupted, we do hasten you should vote for the Slammies, but nonetheless, SD Special Delivery. Jones is going to join us next week. Also, a Piper's Pit with Hulk Hogan should be most interesting. And also, Barry Hart. No. He says no. Barry O.
Barry O.
Hart. Cue sheets are bad. They say we got to get out. Till next week. So long.